Well, I love the horses, but I particularly love the people that are involved in the horses. A lot of characters, but most of them doing the best they can. They love the horse like I do.
Good morning, John.
Morning, Jemma.
This must be why your pastures are so beautiful, all this beautiful weather. Nice to see you. Thank you for having me.
Wet, misty morning.
Yeah, it's beautiful, misty
Down the
morning.
Highlands.
Yeah, what a stunning property. A lovely drive in.
Yeah, it is. I grew up at our dealership at Parramatta Road, Ashfield, actually Haberfield. I always fascinated when the bread cart would pull up with the Reed's Bakery horse behind it. And I just loved that, the smell of the horse and all those sorts of things. Then my late grandmother used to take me to the Saturday afternoon westerns at Haberfield movie theatre. And I loved the cowboys and loved the westerns, and I think that's probably when I fell in love with a horse. Later on in our lives, I guess when I was in my early 30s, we bought a property, Milburn Creek at Cowra, a beautiful sheep cattle property, and that's when I went to Inglis's and bought my first horse. Bought this original property, Fernbrook, in 2000, so we've been down here for 23 years, and over a period of time we acquired these other properties. And this is a bit of a officer home away from home.
Wow, look at the Wall of Fame.
A horse called Motorman, that's first Randwick winner, trained by Dr. Jeff Chapman. We sent him out to our property at Raby Station at Warren, which he lived his life out there till he was about 21 years of age.
Wow. It's a nice way to thank him for everything he did.
He gave me a bit of inspiration. And that was probably my first stakes winner, Shea Paree, trained by Tommy Smith.
And what did she win, John?
The Queen of the Turf.
So now a Group 1.
Yeah. Probably my greatest satisfaction was selling Hampton Court as a yearling, the Inglis Easter sale, and some good friends came into the horse. It was a $500,000 yearling, and to see him win the Spring Championship Stakes in race record time was a wonderful thrill.
Hampton Court's hit the front with 100 metres to go, and Hampton Court's run away.
You're only as good as your staff, John, and at any farm. How important is it to have dedicated staff like this?
It is absolutely paramount. We've got a very dedicated team headed by Scott Holcombe, and he's a wonderful horseman, and he attracts a lot of young people that want to learn from him, and he brings them up through the ranks, teaches them the right way. Also, he encourages them to be not only a good horse person, but a good person. Well, Scott came here nearly 10 years ago. To us, he's part of the family. He's got a beautiful wife, Debbie, with 2 beautiful kids. Scott and I are a bit like the odd couple, but we work well together. I'm very fortunate to have him, and I think he might be fortunate to have me also.
With Milburn, it is a family farm. I mean, we're getting staff that have been here 3 or 4 years. They get to interact with the owner daily, and my kids, you know, they ride around their ponies, and it's a great environment. So yeah, it's like a family farm. You know, John's interested in what our family are doing, and obviously what the staff are doing. And Trish, I like working with them, and I don't plan to change it. John's a pedigree buff, so that's his thing. I mean, he loves chasing pedigrees around, and I'm more interested in the physical part and what we're still going to end up with. You know, I think the two marry each other. Different ideas at times, and when we buy mares, there's different reasons why we buy them.
John, this mare is pretty special to you and to Milburn Creek.
Yes, she is. That's Secret Admirer. Bought as a weanling at the Inglis weanling sale. I think I paid $28,000 for her. Graham Begg approached me about training her, who I'd had a lovely association with the Begg family. Yeah, she won the flight, the Epsom. She was unlucky in another 8 Group 1 races.
Parable's digging in, and look at Secret Admirer. She's jumping out of the ground. It's more Strawberries, grabbed by Secret Admirer, got up to win it.
There was Secret Admirer, great ride. Brenton Abdullah, beautifully timed ride too.
Secret Admirer's hit the front. She takes the lead in the Epsom, and Secret Admirer raced away to beat Pika Pika.
Nothing gives us greater pleasure to rear a horse, sell it at the sales and, you know, compete at the best level, the highest level. That gives us the biggest thrill. We follow every one of the horses we bred and raised, and think they're part of our family, so you get a tremendous thrill when that brand is on that horse going over the line in front.
What's the arrow signify?
Going forward.
Don't look back, always
I told
going
John
forward.
Massara I'd lend him that brand too if he needs it.
Yeah, JM.
Yeah. You know what? I reckon we should have had some balls and put $100,000 on this brick.
Well, you need to put 100 soft.
Okay.
You've had a long association with Inglis, haven't you?
I have, thank you very much. It's been a great pleasure to know the Inglis family. I was fortunate enough to, old John Inglis took me under his wing many years ago. I always called him Mr. Inglis.
Yes.
And he finally said, call me John. And it took me a long time to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I think Easter Inglis sale never ever stops getting better, and I think this is one of the best catalogues they've put together. There's 457 yearlings entered in the sale. Every one of them would be worthy of inspections. And to have a yearling in it, I think it's a feather in any breeder's cap. Fortunately, we've got 16. I think this year's draft is probably one of the best we've ever taken to Easter.
Look, it's a good draft. Sexy eyes, so we've got the Zoo Star, obviously full sister to last year's Coolmore purchase. It was obviously a valuable colt, over $1 million. Last year it was a great result. We think the filly's up to the colt, so we're excited. We're really looking forward to it. She's a glamour. So we've got this year, we've got the Autumn Sun Secret Admirer, first filly of the mare. Looks a lot like the father, you know, deep girth, really good shoulder, a lot of like him. Sort of a tough looking like mum. You know, really pleased with her. You can see on the video she moves really well, and we're really excited about her. Also, we've got the I'm Invincible filly, and she's a typical Vinny. She's a beauty. She's sharp, you know, beautiful shoulder, girth, just a real Vinny. But the family, you know, it's a great Godolphin Woodlands family. It just reoccurs, so it's so deep, and they all throw tight. The days of Woodlands when we had, you know, catechism, and every year, big bums, great shoulder, girth. She's got it all.
I've enjoyed my time in the industry, and I like to think I put something back into the industry. They could say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but if there's a trick around, which is a nice trick, I'd like to learn it.